You've tried being loyal, you've tried being useful, you've tried being kind, and yet the powerful still keep you at arm's length. They smile at you, but never trust you. They use you, but never elevate you. Why? Because you still believe the world rewards goodness. But Machiavelli knew something darker, something most people refuse to accept. Proximity to power is not earned through virtue, it is seized through calculated ruthlessness. The powerful do not surround themselves with the pure-hearted, they surround themselves with those who understand the true nature of control, those who know how to make themselves indispensable, irreplaceable, and feared. This is not a lesson about morality, this is a lesson about reality. And the question you must answer is this: are you willing to abandon the illusions you've been taught to finally stand beside those who rule? There is a comforting lie we are taught from childhood. Work hard, be honest, do the right thing, and eventually the powerful will notice you. They will reward you. They will bring you into their inner circle. But look around. How many honest people do you see sitting at the tables where decisions are made? How many kind souls shape the fate of nations, corporations, or movements? The answer is painful. Almost none. And this is not an accident. This is by design. Machiavelli understood what most people refuse to see. The powerful do not trust goodness. They cannot afford to. Goodness is unpredictable. It is governed by conscience, by emotion, by ideals that shift when circumstances change. And power demands predictability. It demands control. Those who surround rulers are not there because they are virtuous. They are there because they are useful, because they deliver results, because they understand that in the realm of power, capability matters more than character. Consider the courtiers of Renaissance Italy. The ones who survived were not the most righteous. They were the ones who knew when to speak and when to stay silent, who knew which alliances to form and which betrayals to execute, who understood that morality is a luxury afforded only to those who do not play the game. And if you refuse to play, you will never be invited to the table. The powerful respect one thing above all: effectiveness. If you can solve their problems, eliminate their threats, and advance their interests without hesitation, you become valuable. But if you pause to question whether an action is right or wrong, you reveal yourself as someone who cannot be trusted with true power, because true power does not wait for moral clarity, it acts. This is the first uncomfortable truth. Merit in the eyes of the powerful is not measured by goodness, it is measured by results. And until you accept this, you will remain on the outside, watching others rise, while you wonder why your integrity was never enough. Loyalty is a word thrown around carelessly. People pledge it easily. But Machiavelli knew that in the world of power, loyalty is not a feeling, it is a transaction. And those who get close to the powerful understand this instinctively. They do not offer unconditional devotion, they offer strategic allegiance, and there is a difference. The powerful distrust absolute loyalty because it suggests naivety. If someone swears unwavering allegiance without condition, they reveal that they do not understand how power actually works. Power is fluid, alliances shift, interests change, and those who cannot adapt become liabilities. The powerful do not want devotees, they want collaborators who are intelligent enough to recalibrate when circumstances demand it. So how do you demonstrate loyalty without becoming disposable? You make yourself necessary. You position yourself as the person who knows things others do not, who can execute tasks others cannot, who holds information, resources, or skills that are difficult to replace. This is the paradox of proximity. You must appear loyal enough to be trusted, but competent enough to be feared. Because if you are only loyal, you are a servant. But if you are both loyal and indispensable, you become a partner. Machiavelli observed that advisors who survived regime changes were not those who loved their princes the most. They were the ones who understood the structure of power itself, who knew how to navigate transitions, who could serve a new ruler as effectively as they served the old one, not because they lacked principles, but because they understood that survival requires flexibility. This does not mean betrayal at every turn. It means understanding that loyalty in the realm of power is conditional. It is based on mutual benefit, not sentiment. And the moment you mistake it for love, you have already lost. The powerful keep you close as long as you are useful. The question is, are you useful enough that removing you would cost them more than keeping you? What do you think so far? Does Machiavelli's vision of loyalty disturb you, or does it simply describe what you've already witnessed in the world? Leave your thoughts below. Here is where Machiavelli's philosophy becomes coldest, and here is where most people turn away, because what he proposed is not pleasant, but it is effective, and effectiveness, not morality, is the currency of power. Machiavelli asked a question that still haunts political philosophy: is it better to be loved or feared? And his answer was clear: if you cannot be both, choose fear. Because love is unreliable, it is emotional, it fades when convenience demands it. But fear is structural, it is predictable, it ensures compliance even when affection dies. Those who get close to the powerful understand this calculation. They do not rely on being liked, they rely on being necessary, and, when required, feared, not through cruelty for its own sake, but through the clear demonstration that crossing them has consequences. This is why the most trusted advisors are often the ones capable of delivering bad news, enforcing difficult decisions, and executing actions others find distasteful. The powerful do not keep you close because you make them feel good. They keep you close because you make them feel secure. And security comes from knowing you will act in their interest, even when it conflicts with your comfort, even when it requires ruthlessness. Consider the inner circles of any major leader, historical or modern. The people closest to them are rarely the warmest. They are the ones who can make hard calls without hesitation, who can compartmentalize emotion from strategy, who understand that power is not maintained through kindness, but through clarity of purpose and willingness to act. This does not mean you must be cruel, but it does mean you must be willing to do what is necessary. And the moment you flinch, the moment you prioritize being loved over being effective, you signal that you are not ready to operate at the level where true power exists. Thank you for staying with this exploration so far. I know these ideas are not easy to absorb, but I promise you, the most important insights are still ahead. Stay with me. This part will make you uncomfortable, and it should, because here, Machiavelli strips away the final pretense. He forces us to confront a truth that most ethical frameworks refuse to acknowledge. Sometimes, cruelty is necessary, not cruelty as sadism, not cruelty as emotional outburst, but cruelty as strategy, as a tool, as the only way to prevent greater harm. Machiavelli argued that a leader must be willing to commit acts that appear cruel if those acts secure stability, prevent chaos, or eliminate threats before they grow. And those who stand beside the powerful must be capable of the same calculation, because if you cannot stomach difficult decisions, you will be replaced by someone who can. The powerful do not keep moralists in their inner circle. They keep executors, people who understand that indecision is often more destructive than harsh action, people who can deliver bad news, enforce unpopular policies, and eliminate obstacles without needing emotional validation afterward. This is not about becoming a monster, It is about understanding that power operates in a realm where traditional morality becomes a handicap, where hesitation costs lives, resources, or control, where the refusal to act decisively is itself a form of cruelty because it allows worse outcomes to unfold. Think of a surgeon making an incision. It looks like violence, it causes pain, but it is necessary to remove disease. Machiavelli argued that political action follows the same logic. Sometimes, to preserve the body, you must cut, and if you cannot make that cut cleanly and without regret, you do not belong in the operating room. Those closest to power are the ones who can execute these decisions and then sleep at night, not because they lack empathy, but because they understand that sentimentality is a luxury that leaders cannot afford. And if you wish to stand beside them, you must develop the same capacity. This is the darkest aspect of Machiavelli's philosophy, and it is also the most honest, because whether we admit it or not, history is shaped by those willing to act when others moralize. We arrive at the final law, the one that determines whether you remain close to power or are discarded when circumstances shift. And that law is simple. Make yourself irreplaceable, not through loyalty, not through fear, but through structural necessity, by becoming the person whose absence would create a problem that no one else can solve. Machiavelli observed that advisors who survived regime changes, betrayals, and political upheavals were not the ones most loved by their rulers. They were the ones who controlled critical functions, information, resources, execution. They were the ones who knew things no one else knew, who could do things no one else could do, who held positions so embedded in the machinery of power that removing them would destabilize the entire structure. This is the ultimate form of proximity. You are not there because you are liked. You are not there because you are feared. You are there because you are necessary, and necessity is more durable than any emotion. How do you achieve this? By positioning yourself at the intersection of critical operations, by becoming the person others must consult before making decisions, by accumulating knowledge, relationships, and capabilities that are difficult to replicate, by ensuring that your removal would create more problems than your presence ever could. The powerful understand this game. They know that everyone is replaceable in theory, but in practice, replacing someone who has embedded themselves deeply into the structure is costly, risky, and disruptive, and so they tolerate, they include, they elevate, not out of affection, but out of pragmatism. This is why Machiavelli's most enduring lesson is not about morality. It is about architecture, about building yourself into the foundation so thoroughly that pulling you out would bring the whole structure down. And when you reach that point, you are no longer just close to power, you are part of it. Machiavelli's world was brutal, and his truths remain uncomfortable, but discomfort is not the same as falsehood. The powerful do not operate by the rules you were taught, they operate by the rules that work. And if you truly wish to stand beside them, you must understand that proximity to power is not a gift, it is a conquest. It requires sacrifice, it requires strategy, it requires the willingness to see the world as it is, not as you wish it to be. So I ask you, do you believe in Machiavelli's vision of power, or do you still believe that goodness in the end will be enough? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. If this resonated with you, subscribe to this channel. We explore the uncomfortable truths that shape human nature, power, and survival. And before you go, watch the next video, because the descent into Machiavelli's mind has only just begun.